What up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Zellidon, and I got a couple questions in the comments asking me what I use to play on PC, what my setup is, hotkeys, all that kind of stuff. So I'll just go ahead and break it down real quick. First of all, we're using LD Player, um, which I consider one of the best players out there. It's hard to say, like all the players are different. Some players are better at some things than others. I think all around LD player is the best. It's not the best at certain things, but all around in general, the average of all the things put together, I think the LD player is the best one out there right now, at least. Let's just go into their settings real quick. I'll show you what I'm running. So I'm running at 1080p, 1920 by 1080 with 320 DPI, 4 cores, and 4 gigabytes of RAM. And then let's see, look at the basic properties. There's nothing really interesting in here. Fixed window size is usually recommended. Nothing really crazy from the network. All this stuff is basically default. These options in here are just for PUBG Mobile and do nothing for your computer itself. And then in optimization, we're running at 60 FPS, high speed mode, spread align. That's like if you're running multiple windows, which I'm not right now. You can run multiple windows and play multiple characters and accounts at the same time if you like. And this will help you organize your windows. Everything else is pretty much normal. So yeah, I think this is one of the best ones, mainly because it's very, very fast and it looks very good at the same time. I've also tried Bluestacks and Mimu. I actually have those all installed as well. Mimu and Bluestacks. Bluestacks doesn't actually work with Era of Legends right now, and I don't think Mimu does either. KO Player was the only one that worked before, and it's KO Player works pretty well, but it doesn't look as good as LD Player, and I think it's a little bit slower than LD Player. Um, LD Player is a lot faster. It looks a lot better. You actually get shadows in the game with LD Player. You don't get any shadows. I mean, you get building shadows with KO Player, but not character shadows. So LD Player is just all around the best one right now. And as you saw shortly there for a second, you can see all my keybinds and stuff. I'll show you. I'll get in game and then show you, so it'll make more sense seeing them over the actual buttons. And yeah, also I think keybinds and stuff are a little bit easier to set up with LD Player than they are with KO Player. And there's a lot of other options in here too that work pretty well. The only problem that LD Player has is that sometimes the audio gets bugged out for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but it doesn't happen very often. Very rarely, to be honest. Okay, so hotkeys then. So yeah, the specific question was what I use to target people. So these are my targeting hotkeys over here. Let's just click save there, team, create team. Okay. So when this actually fills up and you're actually in a real team, these are the targeting hotkeys you use right here. 1 through 5 are for like normal teams, 5-man teams, and then I have F1 through F5 for 10-man groups. So it's pretty simple. Yeah, I just use to target. Mostly use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 is usually I think always yourself. 1 will always be targeting yourself. Then 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on how many other people are in the group for you. And yeah, other stuff. Mount, I have bound to shift, so I just hit shift to mount up very quickly. WASD for movement, of course. B for bag, M for map. C and V for the ultimate abilities, the longer cooldowns. Enter for chat. Space to jump, tab to target. And then the abilities here, you got Q, E, R, Z, X, and T for the Shamanic Blessing, and the tilde hotkey for potions. And then right mouse button for your auto attack, normal attack. Now, some people like to use this shooter thing, but it doesn't really work very well for Era of Legends. But basically, in case you're curious how that works, I'll just put it on here for example. So if you put this in here, you will you click your right mouse button once. Here, I'll just save it real quick. I'll click my right mouse button, and then instead of having to drag the screen, you can actually move it around like this. But yeah, it gets kind of glitchy like this. It doesn't work very well for some reason. Like sometimes the camera will just jump around like crazy, and you can't really control it very well. So if you figure out a way to use that well, it could be very nice, since you don't have to actually drag the screen, and you can like be permanently in like look mode without having to drag your mouse around and click on stuff. But yeah, for some reason it doesn't really work very well in this game, so I just prefer using my right mouse button as my auto attack, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, OD player is the best one out there right now. The other reason I like it is, for example, the window itself is not very intrusive. If you hit F11, yeah, you have to hit F11. You can go full screen mode pretty easily like that, and yeah, all the features are very, very good. Actually, I'm gonna pull up Bluestacks for comparison real quick. One of the things I don't really, well, first of all, Bluestacks, I just have a lot of issues with Bluestacks for some reason. For some reason this comes up, it says it can't start the engine even though it is actually starting right now. But yeah, the one thing I don't like about BlueStacks is like the border of the window is so huge. It takes up so much screen space. It's like so unnecessary and annoying. Yeah, I probably need to reinstall BlueStacks. I've been having so many issues with it. Hopefully, yeah. I like BlueStacks. I like it a lot. When BlueStacks runs well, it actually I think it's the best. I think it has actually the best controls. I think it is one of the very best looking and runs very well. They have a lot of features that none of the other emulators have. The other crappy part about BlueStacks is that it has a lot of ads and stuff too. But other than that, it's pretty good. So once BlueStacks gets their stuff together and Area of Legends actually works on it, I'll try it out and give you a good comparison between LD Player and BlueStacks. But right now, LD Player is the clear winner for PC emulators, at least for Era of Legends. Okay, that's it. I probably babbled a lot about stuff that wasn't really interesting to you guys, but yeah, it happens. Sorry. But if you liked it, hit the subscribe button and go click all the links below and all that jazz. We'll see you next time. Peace.